Good evening, everybody. You're back on Black Crime with Art McCoy. I'm Stacey Marie. And if you want to call us, give us a call, 216-578-1100, 216-578-1111. We're going to go straight back to the phone lines with Alvin from Cleveland. Hey, Alvin, how are you?
I'm fine. Let me first give praise to Almighty God, Lord of our understanding, Lord of our awareness, and Lord of our insight. How's the real McCoy today?
Hey, I'm fine, brother. I'm just listening to Bob Marley, thinking about Sheldon over at J&N Groceries right there in Euclid.
Yeah. You know, the guest you had just a minute ago, that's right on time. You know, you need to get into Marvin Gaye's Save All Our Children. Remember that off the Marvin Gaye, What's Going On?
Yes, what's going on? Yes, that's absolutely.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I'd like to read this letter real quick if it's possible.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is in regard to the tragedy on Imperial Avenue.
Yes.
On behalf of the citizens, on behalf of the victim's family, the residents of Imperial Avenue, and the Mount Pleasant Task Force, we wish to express our appreciation and thanks for all the individuals and organizations throughout the city of Cleveland and across this nation that have so faithfully given themselves of doing this tragedy. It is now clear that we all share a passion for change. The community, the Mount Pleasant Task Force, is determined to move forward aggressively for the benefit of the city, citizens of this great city. Therefore, we are calling for town hall meetings across Cuyahoga County. These public forums would allow people to express their ideas for change and voice concerns about the issues that plague our communities daily. We want to meet with both city and county leaders to help discuss the details in going forward with these community meetings. We encourage all the citizens throughout the county to mobilize and insist that these forums be held regularly. A tragedy of this magnitude must be prevented in the future. And, you know, Art, I would like to personally say, you know, history was made on Imperial Avenue this year in the city of Cleveland. Therefore, you know, historical solutions must be made to protect our children, children, and future generations to come. I also feel that God Almighty has placed His will on Cleveland through this tragedy, and it's now for the will of the people to do God's will.
That's heavy, Alvin, and I appreciate that letter was heavy that you wrote, and we just appreciate the work that you're doing over there on Imperial Avenue, and continue to do it, okay?
We'll do, and there will be numbers. I mean, people who's concerned about, you know, the change within the city. We'll provide numbers later. You know, just stay tuned to the real McCoy. And, you know, with Black on Black Crime and that information will be provided.
Thank you so much, Alvin.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
All right.
All right.
WTAM Radio 1100, you're in there. WTAM Radio 1100, you're in there.
I'm trying to get Steve.
Wow, I didn't mean to miss that call there because that was really a call that I really needed to talk to. This was a young lady straight from Imperial Avenue. Young lady, would you please call us back? I really wanted to talk to. She had some dealings with Sowell, the serial killer. So hopefully she'll call back, and we'll get a chance to talk to her. Please call back, young lady, because we'd like to talk to you. In the meantime, I'd like to make an announcement that the store owner that was killed, Mosa Salty, he was 34 years old, and he had 4 kids. Okay, he was killed Thanksgiving Eve on 93rd and Dickens Avenue. Listen, again, I repeat, store owner killed Mosa Salty. He was 34 years old. He had 4 kids, and he was killed Thanksgiving Eve on 93rd and Dickens, and he was killed at the Little Eagle supermarket. And what I want to say is that I have on my desk that there will be a candlelight vigil for Mr. Salty on 93rd and Dickens at 6 p.m. And this vigil is going to be held by the 93rd Street Woodland Community. Again, the 93rd Street Woodland Community, along with activist James Avery and many others from the community. Again, tomorrow at 6 p.m. on my desk, it says that from the young man Mosa Salty, 34-year-old, had 4 kids and a beautiful wife. He was killed Thanksgiving Eve. He didn't make it home to his beautiful family. And there will be a vigil tomorrow at 6 p.m. on 93rd and Dickens Avenue. And it's given by the 93rd Street Woodland Community, along with activist James Avery and many others. So we want you to be there because, again, it's a shame the way Mr. Salty died. And there's a true story that happened with Mr. Salty Thanksgiving Eve. There was this young lady, and she came into the store, and her name was Betty. Her name was Betty, yes. And she came into the store to purchase something. And I guess she was a regular customer in the store. She had kids. And Mr. Salty gave her $100 and told her to have a happy Thanksgiving. She left that store that evening, Thanksgiving evening, and by the time she got home, she heard that Mosa Salty had been shot down and had died. This is a very true story. I'll try to get Betty on the line sometime before we go, if I can, to talk about this tragic incident. Now I'm going to go right back. I'm trying to get off of these tragedies, but this is Black on Black Crime with Art McCoy, and I have to stay right here for a moment. Melissa.
Yes.
Melissa, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Melissa, I'm so glad you called back, Melissa, because now we're moving again back on Imperial Avenue. We're moving right now, if you follow me, WTAM listeners, we're moving right back on Imperial 123rd and Imperial Avenue, and right now we're looking at Sowell's home with the yellow tape around it. But at one time it didn't have yellow tape around it. It was the home where he preyed upon young women like Melissa. Is that right, Melissa?
Yes, it is.
And Melissa, you live near Mr. Sowell's home?
I live 3 houses away from Mr. Sowell.
You live 3 houses away from Mr. Sowell. And so by you living that close, you pass Mr. Sowell's house many times, right?
I pass his house at least 10 times a day, either going to the store or walking to a friend's house or just to stop by to talk to him. Yes,
and so what kind of person was Mr. Sowell?
Well, I knew Sowell. He wanted his name called Tony, so Tony. I knew Tony for about 5 months, and I had just recently moved on the street, and he had seen me walk to the store one day and said hi, and I said hello back, and then I came back from the store, and he started talking to me. Well, he told me that he had seen my military jacket and told me that he was ex-Marines, and I said, okay. You know, we just started talking after that. He wasn't really so much as a mean person, but there was an awkwardness about him that, you know, like told you, you know, stay away from this man, don't leave with this man, you know, stay out in the open with this man.
So, Melissa, now the many times, because you're a pretty attractive young lady, and so the many times you pass by this villain house, he tried to get you in his house.
He tried to get me in his house many times. He tried to lure me in with, you know, promise to go drink and kick it and smoke and watch TV. And then one day he told me that he wanted me to go to Greektown with them, which is a casino in Detroit, and he told me that he'd pay for everything, that we could just go spend a whole bunch of time together and do whatever we wanted to do.
And Melissa, that sounds pretty exciting, and it sounds like something that a young lady might want to do. What did you do? Did you refuse him?
I refused him every time. Every time he asked me to go in the house, every time he told me that we could just run away together, every time I told him no. I'm in a relationship, and I love the man I'm with. Hopefully one day I'll marry him, and I'm not trying to mess that up. But, I mean, he was a nice man. He used to hand out money to everybody. I mean, I've seen a couple of times women walk on the street, and he'd hand them some money, and they walk to the store for him, and he'd tell them to keep the change. He did that with me, too.
So in other words, this guy was kind of a guy that knew how to handle himself as far as gaining your confidence. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, what he used to tell me is that he doesn't know that I don't know how to play the game, that he can show me how to play the game better than any other man can. And he said that his game was real good and my game was weak. Okay, all right. And so you and your weak game, you still didn't go in Mr. Sowell's home. Correct.
And so in retrospect, Melissa, as you look back and find out that this man, what was going on in his house, how does that make you feel?
I'm shocked. I'm amazed. I'm very sad. I mean, knowing this man for 5 months straight and, like, actually having conversations with him, you could tell he had post-traumatic stress disorder from being in the military. But, I mean, you would have never could have told that he would do anything like this. He never mentioned anything, and I can't believe that a person could sit there for 5 months and not say anything or even hint to how he can be doing all these things.
Okay, give me one more minute with her, Todd, before we take a break. I know I'm pressing you, but so Melissa, let me ask you this, Melissa, did the smell? Did you smell anything when? Oh my God, the
smell was so horrible. Every morning, early in the morning and late at night, all you smelled was just so nasty. It just engulfed you. It was like stepping into like a sewer. It was just so nasty, and like everybody around there, they had called the sewer company out 3 times in a year to go change the sewers for raised sausages next door. But I mean, nobody could have ever expected that this man could sit there and have 11 bodies in this house, and he had the perfect cover.
Melissa, did no one could pinpoint the exact house where it was coming from?
Nobody could. I mean, there's people that lived over there for 20 years, known this man since he's been out of jail, and you could not tell. Wow. Now, if you look at his backyard, though, you could see, like, I've been in his backyard. One day he held a barbecue for the whole street. I was in his backyard, you could see. But it didn't look like a grave per se, but it looked like things were, like, the grass wasn't growing right and there was mounds of dirt. I mean, you could tell that something wasn't right, but, I mean, that could have been a sewer problem or anything, and nobody ever expected that.
Right.
So Melissa, I'm gonna go in a minute, Todd. So Melissa, so you all had so he had barbecues in the backyard where the bodies were buried at.
He had a barbecue on his birthday along the side of the house, but in order to go grab plates or throw away trash, you had to go to the back.
Wow. Was the smell back there?
No, you couldn't really smell the smell because the fact that he was barbecuing and the barbecue just took up most of the smell. But, I mean, then again, the smell was only early in the morning and late at night.
Oh, you know, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a program sometime on this smell because many neighbors told me about that smell. Melissa, I really appreciate you calling and talking to me. You shared a lot of insight on a situation. One thing further, Melissa, that I'd like to ask you, Melissa, do you feel like you have been blessed by the fact that you did not let this man lure you into that house when many did?
I'm so truly blessed. There was many nights where I sat there and I cried, not believing that this could happen, that I could have been so close. I mean, all of my friends, everybody who knows me, they were like, oh, my God, Melissa, do you realize how blessed you are? You had an angel on your shoulder every day you was there, and I did.
Oh, Melissa. We thank you so much,
Thank you,
Melissa.
Melissa.
Yes, you said.
I was telling her thank you.
All right, Melissa, thank you so much. Now, Melissa, hold on to the. We're going to put you on hold. I want to get your number so I'll be able to call you back, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is Black on Black Crime with Art McCoy. I'm going to go right back to my hotline. We have some more important information that needs to go out. I'm going to go right to my hotline. Don Myers, the greatest producer in the whole wide world. Don, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm Art. I just want to let you know we lost a very good friend of radio.
Yes.
The very opinionated and respected Russell Sizek. He died at Parma Hospital yesterday morning.
Russell Sizek?
Russell Sizek was noted for the controversial billboards he authored and painted on Pearl Road.
Yes. He painted a few about me.
Yep. If you weren't somebody till you got painted by Russell.
And Russell died when?
Yesterday morning. He was 66 years old.
Wow. He had been sick, Don?
Evidently. It was probably a short-term illness, I'd call it. But the good thing about Russell, you've heard of the song The Backstabbers. I believe that was by the OJs.
Yes.
Well, he didn't stab you in the back. If you knew Russell didn't like you, he'd tell you up front. You'd see your picture on a billboard. You never had to wonder what he was thinking.
Absolutely, Don.
Just want to let you know that.
All right. Thanks a lot, Don. God bless Russell and his family.
Amen. Thank you, Art. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to go straight to the newsroom, to the most handsome, gorgeous newsman of all time. I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now. Here's Keith.
Paint this town black and red. Listen, the first time in history that a city football team has went this far and got a chance to bring in all the gold. Let's let them bring it in, and we'll have a ticker-tape parade with Coach Ginn riding in the front seat and everybody else behind him. All right? Can we do that? All right, we're going to do that. Now, I've got to go right back. I'm bogged down. I got to go right back to Imperial Avenue again. Tony.
Hi, Art. How are you today?
How you doing, sister? What's going on?
Well, the Thea Bowman Center, which is a hunger center and also has after-school programs for children, is holding an event on Sunday, December the 6th from 1:30 to 3:30 to promote healing in the community around the Imperial Avenue tragedies.
Yes.
A lot of the women and children that visit the Hunger Center and also the after-school program, they know folks who were involved in the incident, and we just want to help them to talk about it and to move forward in their lives with a healing service.
Tony, where is this going to be at?
The Thea Bowman Center, which is located at 118th, is Oakfield and Union. It's right there on the corner. And that's where we'll be Sunday afternoon, December 6th.
And repeat what you're doing one more time, Tony. It's so important.
We're going to be having a healing service, which is going to include some poetry reading, some prayer, singing, and anything that will help us to feel better and work together as a community to overcome this tragedy.
Oh, thank you so much, Tony. Thank you so much. We'll be there, and you're inviting the community, right?
Yes, I am. And anyone who would like to come, any social service agency, if you have information you'd like to come and bring and share with the community for the children or the adults, you're welcome to come.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. God bless you. WTAM Radio 1100, you're in there.
How you doing, Art? How are you, sir?
Okay, who am I talking to?
Yes, sir. My name is Issa Salty.
Issa Salty?
Yes, my brother was Musa Salty. They got murdered in Little Eagle on 93rd and Dickens over there in the 4th District area.
You're the brother of Musa?
Yes, sir. I'm the youngest brother.
Oh, my God.
I just wanted to call him. You know, I'm coming home from work. I guess life goes on. It was really hard for me to go to work today.
Yes, sir.
But, you know, I went to my brother's store for the past 3 days, every day, constantly. And I just want to thank the community in that area and the people for their support in this horrific crime on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving Eve.
And I just want to let you know that my brother was a people's person, my man.
I know it. I know it was. You know what? Because I'll tell you something. I was on Imperial. I was on Imperial the day after Thanksgiving, and I kid you not, I met a lady that knew Betty. Was a very good close friend of Betty, because I heard the story about your brother. Betty came into that store. A lady named Betty came into that store, and
Did you talk about Joanne's sister?
Yes,
and the double exposure.
Yes, and
right there down the street. Her sister was unfortunately a victim of the animal.
Yes. And your brother said, here's $100, have a happy Thanksgiving. And she said, well, can I bring you a dinner back or something? He said, no, I'm going home to be with my family on Thanksgiving. I'm about ready to get off. And before she could get home good, your brother was dead, man. And so it touched me so greatly, to hear that firsthand from her, the generosity of your brother. And so I want you to know right now that, some of the people on 93rd and Dickinson, they call themselves 93rd and 93rd Street and Woodland Community, along with activist James Avery and some other organizations,
yes, sir.
are coming out tomorrow at 6 p.m. To show your brother and your family love, because you know one thing Musa always said, well, we're all family.
Sir, I just feel sorry for his wife, my mother, his kids, and his partner, his business partner, Jimmy. He's well known in that store, sir. He's been there for 25 plus years, and it was hard for him to go back in there. And
oh, I know.
But you know what? I was there today. I went there for a few hours, sir. It was oh my God, these people. There's so much good people out there, my man. There's so much good people out there.
Yes, I know.
Just came out showed support, my man.
Yes, I know it.
I don't want to, thank you, sir. Thank you for your support. Not only I got to feed my kids, now I got to feed my brother's kids.
Yes, well,
unfortunately, I won't be able to be there, but I feel you guys in my heart, my man.
I know it. You don't have
I want to thank all Musa's people. He knew so many people.
Yes. I understand.
Okay, Mr. McCoy, I thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
I just want to say one more thing. I don't want to jeopardize the investigation. The people that did it to him, we know who you are. Honest to God, I know who you are. We know who you are. But you know what? It's too bad I can't serve street justice, my man. I'm going to have to let the law let the law do its course. I know who you are. You've seen me today. I should have took you out. You MF, I should have took you out, but you know what? I got to feed 10 fucking kids. Thank you, Mr. McCoy.
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, sir.
Art McCoy.
All right. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm, again, we will be out tomorrow at 6 p.m. on 93rd and Dickens, the 93rd Street Woodland Community, along with activist James Avery and others. I'll be there. And we will, and many other community groups, I know they'll be there. Peace in the Hood and Black on Black, and you name them. It's too many for me to name right now. But I'm sure we'll be there in support of our brother. He is our brother, and we're there to support him. I do believe that I can officially announce that WTM Radio is going to be broadcasting the Glenville game live this Saturday evening. Glenville, the Tar Blooders, will be broadcast live right here on WTM Radio 1100. So if that's not a reason for the city of Cleveland to wear their red and black, let's paint this city red and black. Again, let's paint this city red and black. And listen, when the game is going to be broadcast, listen, I'm going to have to talk to Coach Ginn and see if I can be down there on the sidelines. I never did that before at this historic game. But again, WTM Radio 1100 is going to broadcast Glenville. Oh! Glenville is going to broadcast them live this week. We're going to go right back to the phone lines and get these phone calls out the way. Ken.
Hey, Brother Art.
Yes.
You need a longer show.
I know.
But what my point is, now is the time for the citizens of Cleveland to rise up and hold these politicians' feet to the fire and demand that they do something about crime in Cleveland. I'm sick and tired of hearing about this son of a bitch on Imperial Avenue and these other thugs that murdered the guy on 93rd Street. I grew up in Cleveland. You know, I don't live in Cleveland anymore, but I have a relationship. I have a bond with the citizens of Cleveland, and I'm sick and tired of this crap. And you people out there have got to stand up to these politicians and get this crime under control. That's the main objective. Not a medical mart, not a casino. Get crime under control.
Ken, you know you got a point, but Ken, I want you to remember now. You can be mean, but you got to keep it clean, because my guy, he'll dump you real quick. But what you said was so much to the point, we had to let it float. But look, let me tell you this. You're absolutely right. And if I had been running for mayor against Mayor Frank Jackson, and he's cool with me. But if I'd have been Patman, I would have ran on the issue that you're talking about. That's an issue to run on, and people can relate to that because everybody want to feel safe and free. Thanks for your phone call, Ken. Okay.
But Art, I get so frustrated. That's why.
Ken, it's all right.
This crime in this town has got to get under control.
Ken, it's all right.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Thank you. Man, I got 100 calls in 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Bread man from Ken, you got 30 seconds. I'm so sorry.
Hey, I just want to call you and tell you I love you and all the good work that you're doing. Keep on doing it. You and Black on Black Crime, you're great. And they should have a statue for you one day.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Love
I
you.
love you too. WTAM Radio 1100, you got 30 seconds.
Hey, how you doing, Art?
All right, 30 seconds. I'm sorry.
Okay, guy, I just want to praise you for what you're doing. And Melissa, the reason, she made those decisions because of the upbringing that she had. You know, she was taught right from wrong, which needs to be more done in the home these days. Thanks very much, Art.
Thank you, brother. WTAM Radio 1100, you got 30 seconds.
Hello?
Marie, you got 30 seconds, baby. I'm sorry. We're almost out of time. Talk to me.
Am I on the air?
Yes, ma'am. Talk to me. You got 25 seconds.
Okay. I'm extremely moved over what has been happening, and I'm going to be in tears. I hope I can say this fast.
Say it quick, honey.
All right. I don't think that the house should be torn. The house should be torn down. It is your community, and if it can be done as a memorial to those girls, as a memorial to the community to be together, if you could lead that, Art, and have it. Everyone that is impacted plant something and make that a memorial so that the community can show strength every time they go and plant something or take care of that area. And for Salty's brother also, for that community to unite also with you so that the community can be strong every time they see that
Thank you, ma'am.
plot.